Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mundane Matt, and you know, I love being a YouTuber. I love my job. I have one of the best jobs in the world. I get to literally stand here and talk to you guys about the cool, crazy, fucked up, dumb shit in the world around us, and I love what I do. But I'll tell you the kind of YouTuber I'm not. I'm not the kind of person to do dumb things on camera in hopes of getting internet fame. I'm just a guy to talk about people doing dumb things on camera to get internet fame. It's a vicious cycle. It's one we're all part of, but that's okay. But there's a YouTuber by the name of 8Booth, whose real name is Anthony Booth Armor, who has fucked up so bad that he is now coming to YouTube and his audience to fund his medical bills after he done goofed hardcore. So the other day, the 28-year-old, you could call him a stunt YouTuber. I don't know necessarily what you would call him. This is a guy who essentially climbs up to tall buildings and tall places, straps a GoPro to his head, and then jumps off the buildings and lands in bodies of water. He's been doing this for the last few months. He's uploaded a few videos. He's gotten some popularity and some notoriety, but his luck ran out. His luck ran out the other day when he was in Laguna Beach, California at the Pacific Edge Hotel, and he was like, I'm gonna jump from the roof to the pool, and he miscalculated. So much so that he landed his feet on the edge of the pool, shattering both of his ankles, and now he's currently in the hospital, and he's estimating around a little over $100,000 in terms of medical bills, and he is asking his fans and any other good-natured Samaritan to help this guy out in this time of need. Now, some people out there have given him some money. He's gotten maybe, I think, like a couple thousand maybe at this point from everything, but for the most part, he's actually being met with ridicule and scorn, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. This dude should be mocked, but at the same time, I do feel that there is a larger discussion to be had there. So oftentimes, in situations like this, you know, we look at things like people like TV, and we look at people like Joey Salads and the fake pranker YouTubers, the social experiment YouTubers that go out there and they cause these kind of problems. And if they get in trouble or something, you don't really feel bad for them because they're out there looking to stir some shit. But you get somebody like 8Booth, who is known for just leaping off of tall things into bodies of water and then filming it. And like, that's really about it, you know? And the guy was clearly trying to play to his audience, and an audience that enjoys watching him, you know, hurl himself through the air into H2O, and then he got hurt and he's asking for help. So then, you know, he can maybe one day come back and do this shit again. And a lot of people out there, I said, they're giving him shit, and I think there's a validity to giving him crap about it. You know, it's like, this was his choice. This was what he was intending to do. His luck would run out. There were consequences. There's always going to be risks involved with everything. But the other part of me is like, if the audience likes it and the audience is feeding into that ego of his to keep doing it, then it's like, is it a problem with the audience kind of influencing the creator? And I'm not putting any of that on you guys, or I'm not blaming anyone for anything. It's not any kind of personal blame or any even kind of group blame here. It's just a discussion about the current state of affairs on YouTube. People come to this platform for a multitude of different reasons. They come here, some people to gain fame and notoriety. Some people come here to gain money. Some people come here to just express themselves through the visual medium. Some people just come here to talk about what's on their mind. People come here for a multitude of different reasons. But there is one unifying factor amongst all of us who do this and end up gaining some bit of notoriety, is that that number, that subscriber count, that's our fucking social currency on this platform. That puts us above everybody else below us. It doesn't matter if you're one above or one below. You want to keep going up, and in this particular platform, that is the name of the game. How many times do people out there, when discussing YouTubers, bring up their subscriber count to showcase and to validate their importance? It comes up quite a bit. It's a byproduct of this, I don't want to say community, but of this platform. And so I look at someone like 8Booth and I think to myself, you are a dumb motherfucker, right? But I'm also thinking, yeah, I get it, man. Medical bills are a bitch, and you fucking hurt yourself. But someone had recommended, this was on the Philly D show yesterday, someone had recommended that he sues YouTube as a platform, right? Truth be told, that ain't gonna fucking work, okay? But the idea there is interesting, because the idea there is suing YouTube as a platform for allowing these things to happen, right? Well, the same thing could be said about Facebook with the video of the white kid being, beaten for 30 minutes and shit and humiliated. It's like they allowed it to be streamed, and at first said it didn't violate any of their community guidelines. So they kind of allowed that platform to engage in that. But it doesn't really fly. That argument doesn't fly because of the safe harbor elements, right? Like, they are not responsible for what is put on the site. Yes, they are responsible for what is policed on the site, but they are not responsible for what is put up there. And that, again, kind of leads into the whole situation. If you want to know anything that might happen, some skeezy lawyer might come by and tell 8Booth, hey man, why didn't you sue the hotel? Because they didn't have the railings to tell you could break your legs from falling. There was a no jumping sign, and you can use that, right? Like, I'm sure there's a no diving sign, and I'm sure that exactly is the reason why there's a no diving sign. But in the state of California, shit, everyone is so fucking happy, and I'm pretty sure he could probably get his medical bills covered by the hotel if he sued them. I am not suggesting that. I'm just saying, based on what I know from living in California for fucking 15 years, that's the kind of shit you would see all the damn time, But I look at someone like Anthony and everything, and I look at a person who was so caught up by the prospect of being famous online for doing stupid things that he has now paid the price of that. And I don't think this should stop him, to be honest with you. I don't think this should stop him. I think he should go through the fucking process. I think he should vlog the process. I think he should make it part of who he is, the road to recovery, the rehabilitation. All of these things would be better served for him as a person and as a content creator, not so much to try to kind of milk the tears of people, but it's to showcase that these actions have consequences, and here is the road to recovery. Here is me showing you the consequences. Here is me showing you how I came back from the edge. Here is me becoming a better person as a result of doing something stupid. And I do think that is more of a valuable lesson to other people who want to join up to be a YouTuber for doing whatever reason, because that can showcase to them that there are consequences to a fair amount of this stuff, and you have to be prepared, and that is something we never really see, right? Like, we see wipeout video compilations and all this shit. We see that and go, oh, that was fucking crazy, man, but you never really look at the road to recovery afterward. And I think this would be a valuable lesson for Anthony to give back to the community, especially if they do come forward and actually give him the $112,000 to cover his medical expenses. He is down for a number of months while his ankles heal, and he will probably never jump like that again. But it can still be used as a teaching lesson to those out there who might want to come into this game. Because, I've got little cousins and everything, and I meet kids all the time, and they find out what I do. They don't know the name of my channel, but they find out what I do, and they're like, I want to be a YouTuber. And I'm just like, you're going to want to look up on a lot of it, man. You're going to want to look up on a lot of that shit because of everything that goes along with it. It's not just me standing in front of this camera talking to you. It's a whole litany of other things. It's not just 8Booth jumping off a building. It's a whole bunch of other things. But there's always consequences, and there's always responsibilities, and there's always risks. And I don't feel that those risks are always adequately represented on this platform. And I feel that too many people don't talk about them in the way that they need to be talked about. And if Anthony really wanted to give back and really wanted to earn that $112,000 that he's seeking, then he would do something like that, because that to me says he's taking responsibilities for his actions and he's trying to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else in the process. But with that being said, Anthony, I do wish you a speedy recovery, and stop jumping off shit. Alright everyone, that wraps up this video. My name is Mundane Matt. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe if you're new, check back daily for more content from me, or if you want to know about my life, check out Mundane Chats, or top 5 videos that are awesome as fuck, forbidden knowledge right here. Talk to you guys later, have yourself a good day, and peace out.